guys, my name is Marissa and I am your personal millennial travel agent, helping you book your dream vacations. And so in today's video, I want to talk about my $500 travel agent mistake. So if you were on my live about a month ago, then you heard a snippet of how my mistake went. So let me give you just a little background on the story. So I've been a travel agent for about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. But there are some times where you run into clients or you run into situations that may arise where you have to think quick on your feet, and that's exactly what I had to do. So this was about a few months ago, I think it was early this year or late last year, where I had a client, a repeat client, mind you. This client had booked with me before. I did her Jamaica vacation, and she knows the way I operate pretty much. And so there was this one time where she was going to New Orleans with her boyfriend for her boyfriend's birthday, right? Everything went well. She arrived in New Orleans just fine. The flights were okay. Everything was just fine, right? She gets to her hotel, and the hotel manager or the front desk worker says that there is no reservation for her and her boyfriend. And so, of course, in her mind, she's like, what's going on? So her first thought is to call her travel agent, which is me, of course. She calls me, and she's like, at first she's calm, right? So she calls me, and she's like, Marissa, they're saying that there's no reservation for me and so-and-so. And let's call this girl Jessica. Okay, let's just call her Jessica just for the simple fact of the video, right? So she says that there's no reservation for her and her boyfriend. Now, and then we're gonna call the other boy, call her boyfriend Mike. Okay, so it's Jessica and Mike. So yeah, Jessica says that there's no reservation for her and Mike. And I'm like, okay, so let me talk to the manager. Y'all know, so I gotta talk to the manager. I gotta see what's going on. So she puts the manager on the phone, and the manager's like, hey, yeah, there's no reservation for them in our system. And I'm like, did you check both of their names? She's like, yes, she checked everything. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Now, I did use a vendor that is pretty popular in the travel agent industry. But this certain vendor, their wait times to get in contact with them or their customer service, I just don't like. It takes hours to get in contact with this vendor. So I knew that if I was to contact this vendor, it would take hours, for them to resolve the situation. And I know my client didn't have that type of time. So I just told her, okay, let me just call you back and let me think of something right quick, okay? This is where you have to think on your feet. As travel agents, you have to think on your feet at all times, because if something happens while your clients are in destination and you're not there, you have to think of something or a plan B pretty much. So when I got off the phone with her, I looked over her reservation and everything like that. Everything looked fine because, of course, she booked a package. So her flight was okay. So her hotel should be okay too. So I'm thinking, and then after about like 5 minutes, she calls me back. She's like, Marissa, can you give me an update? Mike is going off. He's upset. We just got off the plane. He's hungry. We can't even check in. There's no, she is going off on me, y'all. She's like, you don't know what you're doing. Da, 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 da. I'm like, hold on, wait. You booked with me before, so you know how I operate. You know how things work. I make sure that everything is pretty much set. Okay, I said, what are the options that they're giving you? Okay, because at this point you're there. Okay, what options are they giving you? And they said, Jessica, she said that they weren't really giving her any options, that the reservation is just not in their system. So I was like, okay, let me look and find some other hotels, because as a travel agent, I don't want my clients to just be stuck out there, And there will be times when you're gonna have to spend a little bit of your personal money to help your clients if something does go wrong. So I'm sending her hotel options, and she's like, well, how far is it? And this, that, and the third. Now, mind you, she had a hotel in the French Quarter. And so if you're familiar with New Orleans, the French Quarter is just where all the action is. It's downtown. So she had a hotel in the French Quarter. So I wanted to make sure that I put her in a hotel that was in the French Quarter or nearby, so that she doesn't have to get another Uber or travel too far from where she was at that point. So I sent her an option, and I booked the hotel for her. It was $500. It was $500, right? And so, but even before that, let me back up. Even before that, she was like, I need this new hotel to be top notch, 5-star. I need it to be on the top floor, king bed, balcony views. Like, she had all these demands, y'all. And I mean, I kind of understood, because it's like, you paid your money, so you're gonna want what you paid for. And which is, I understand. But I paid $500 for her hotel. And you would think a $500 hotel, now this is just a hotel, this is not flight and hotel, this is just a hotel. So you would think, you know, with the $500 hotel, that this would be something nice. And I even sent her pictures, I sent her the website, I'm like, this is what I'm looking for you, is this okay? She said yes. She gets to the hotel, now they're walking to the hotel at this point. She gets to the hotel, and she's like, Marissa, this is dirty, I don't like this does not look good, da 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 da. My boyfriend is saying that you don't know what you're doing, and I want a refund. How can I get a refund? And I'm like, okay, let's just calm down. Because at this point, I've done what I can do. I spent $500 for you to get another hotel. I didn't want y'all to be stranded, so I spent my hard-earned money on a hotel so that y'all won't be stranded out in the New Orleans streets, okay? And so I'm just trying to assure her that everything's gonna be okay, you're gonna get a refund. And then she's literally, y'all, she's still going off of me. And y'all, I do not like confrontation, so like I start getting emotional. I'm like, okay, well, not with her. At that point, I'm holding back my tears because I don't want to show her that she's breaking me down, you know? But at that point, she really was like, I'm like, I've never had this happen before, and I'm just so confused. I'm mad at the vendor for, you know, messing this up for me, getting me out of $500. And then now she's probably gonna go and tell all her little friends, oh, don't book with Spiritual Wings Travel because when I arrived, the hotel wasn't there, da, da, da. But what she cannot say is that I didn't accommodate her. Okay, that's one thing that she can't say, is that I didn't accommodate her. So I accommodated her, and I got her the new hotel. She didn't like it. So throughout her whole trip, she was there for a weekend. Throughout her whole trip, she's calling me and texting me, when am I gonna get a refund? You need to do something, da 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 da. And I'm telling her, I don't have any money to give you. Because as a travel agent, we don't have, okay, so I don't work with cash. I don't do, the Cash App, the Zelle, and no. I directly get your information from your card, and then I pay the trip off like that. So I don't have your funds just sitting in the bank. And that's what I think she believes. She believes that I just have this money just sitting in the bank and that I could just easily Cash App her. She's sending me her Cash App name, y'all. She's like, you need to Cash App me this money by the end of the night, da 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 da. And I'm like, I can't do that. I already spent $500 out of my money to help you get a new hotel. So what else do you want me to do? By that time, I'm like, you know what? My boyfriend is listening to me on the call with the girl, and he's like, don't even worry about her. Not don't worry about her, but just don't let it get to you. And so after a few days, she's there, whatever. And y'all, the funny thing is, she's steady posting on her Instagram stories. Oh, I'm in Bourbon Street. Oh, I'm in New Orleans. But off of Instagram, she cussing me out. And so I'm like, dang, like, you having a good time for you to be stressed over this money. Like, you having a good time, because she posting on her Instagram. Oh, we in New Orleans, no let this, no let, like, y'all, because I had to go and see what she was posting, because I didn't want her to post nothing bad. So I was like, I have to go see what she's posting. And so, yeah, so she looked like she's having a good little time in New Orleans. After her trip, she texted me again, Marissa, what's going on? I need my refund, da 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 da. So all I could do was email the vendor and let them know what was going on and that my client needs a refund. And that I need a refund too. Shoot, for y'all mistake, I need my $500 back. So to conclude this story, because we're almost at 10 minutes, she eventually, a few weeks later, she gets her refund. I don't get anything back from the vendor, so I'm pretty much out of my my $500. And I haven't heard from her again, which is understandable. But yeah, that was my $500 mistake. So now what I do is I directly contact the hotel or the resort that my clients are staying at, whether it's international or whatever. I will get those international fees on my phone bill because I don't care. I will call them and make sure that my clients have a place to stay when they arrive. So yeah, y'all, that was my $500 mistake. It was a stressful time. I can tell you, it was a stressful time because I believe I was moving around that time as well. So moving and then this, like, it was just a lot. But that was my $500 mistake. And hopefully, if you're a travel agent and you're watching this, make sure that you contact the hotel or the resort that your clients are staying at least a few days or a week in advance, a week or two in advance, just to make sure that their information is processed in the system so that you don't have a $500 mistake like how I did. Okay. So thank y'all so much for watching. If you need help booking a trip, then hit me up. I can assure you that this won't happen to you. And if you need help with your travel agency, I have a coaching business where I help other travel agents with their businesses. I give them marketing tips, social media tips, and I do a Instagram audit. So I will look at your Instagram and your social media to see what things are not working and what things that you can improve on. So if you're interested in any of those services, then just click the link in my bio and I'll be sure to help you.